There are so many Star Wars theories floating around now that pretty much everyone has seen The Force Awakens. And one of them that I keep seeing is how Ezra will become Supreme Leader Snoke. In this video, I'm going to put that theory to rest. Hey YouTube, this is Urban Acolyte TV, and my name is Prince. If you haven't already seen it, I posted a video after seeing the mid-season trailer for Star Wars Rebels Season 2. I titled the video Ezra Wren because I've long held the thought that Ezra Bridger could potentially fall to the dark side and travel to wild space or the unknown regions after his fall. This would explain why we don't hear anything about Ezra during the original trilogy, even though Princess Leia knows about Ezra being a Jedi Padawan. I've also believed that even if Ezra doesn't fall to the dark side, somehow his actions during the time that Rebels occurs leading up to the Battle of Yavin will somehow have an impact on the Knights of Ren. What I didn't intend at all was for people to think that by me saying that Ezra might play a part in the formation of the Knights of Ren, that I'm implying that Ezra is Supreme Leader Snoke. Because of the growing number of comments that I see daily saying that Ezra is Snoke, I decided to research this theory. So I'm going to present the evidence to you of why people believe Ezra is Snoke, and then I'm going to deliver a dagger to the Ezra Snoke theory to silence everyone. So this theory is based on Ezra becoming disillusioned with the Ghost Crew and all of the rebels. Ezra learns in Season 2 that his speech that was broadcast in Season 1 inspired his parents to act out against the Empire. Ezra's parents lead a revolt which allowed political prisoners to escape from their containment facility, but it resulted in the deaths of Myra and Ephraim Bridger, who were Ezra's parents. Ezra blames himself because he begins to believe that his actions as a rebel are what get his parents killed. Since Ezra is unable to deal with his guilt, Ezra becomes obsessed with becoming powerful enough to save the people he cares about from dying. This sounds very similar to a Jedi we all know, who was to be the chosen one. And it should be noted that after seeing Ahsoka's holocron with Anakin's teachings, Ezra becomes obsessed with Anakin. So eventually Ezra will find a Sith holocron, which will lead him to an old master who promises to quench Ezra's thirst for knowledge and give him the power to save his friends. Ezra later designs a new lightsaber, the Crossguard saber, as a symbol of his growing power in the Force. It is believed that Ezra invented the Crossguard saber because we've never seen one before, just like we've never seen a lightsaber with a blaster attached to the hilt. And because Ezra invented the Crossguard saber, he eventually passes on the design to his student, Kylo Ren, when Ezra becomes Supreme Leader Snoke. Now, proponents of this theory also point to Ezra and Snoke having similar facial features. Even though Snoke's face has possibly been twisted by the dark side, they feel that Snoke's face and Ezra's face are basically the same. They also say that as part of Ezra's fall, he will murder the other members of the Ghost Crew, and this is why they aren't seen during the original trilogy movies. To add more fire to this theory, they also believe that Ezra and Sabine Wren will have a daughter who Sabine will hide from Ezra on Jakku. Okay, so the first major flaw to this is the deal with the Crossguard saber. Ezra did not invent the Crossguard lightsaber. In the scene from the mid-season trailer, Ezra probably finds that lightsaber. I'm going to place Ezra somewhere that has a lot of stored ancient Jedi and possibly Sith relics. If it happens to be where the Scourge of Malachor happened, that I mentioned in another video, then Ezra could be standing on the site of a battleground where a lot of Jedi and possibly Mandalorians died. Could Ezra have found the Crossguard saber, reverse engineered it, and later taught that design to Kylo Ren? Sure, he could have, and he doesn't have to be Snoke to do that. Ezra could reverse engineer the designs and somehow Ben Solo later finds them. It could also be that Ezra found that lightsaber and left it somewhere. In 20 years or so, Ben Solo could come to that same place and find that lightsaber that Ezra was holding. Much of this theory is banking on Ezra falling to the dark side, learning from the old master, and killing the rest of the Ghost Crew. It sounds way too similar to what happened with Anakin Skywalker. And I understand that history repeats itself, but if Snoke were also going to be a Vader copycat, that might make sense. But I think that Snoke used his knowledge of Anakin only to lure Ben. Based on their dialogue, I don't think that Snoke has a very high opinion of Anakin Skywalker. As for the physical comparison, Snoke is described in the Art of the Force Awakens book as being a humanoid, but not human. If I were to attempt to guess Snoke's species right now, I would say that he might be a Ratataki, because they already have bald heads and pale skin. If you're one of the people who do believe that Ezra is Snoke, well, I'm going to give you your final piece to end your argument. Last week, someone tweeted Pablo Hidalgo asking him if Ezra is Snoke, and Pablo responded quite unequivocally that Ezra is not Snoke. Now, I don't know about you, but when the person at Lucasfilms who pretty much is in charge of what is canon says something, I tend to believe it. If you want to stay in denial, that's fine. I know that denial is not just a river. I think it requires a really creative stretch for some of these Snoke identity theories. And I know I've reported a few of the crazy ones, but that's what I do. I fill you guys in on the latest news, theories, and developments in the Star Wars universe. I think from here on out, when I come up with my own theory, I'll say, guys, this is what I think, so you all don't get confused. I'm not sure what to ask at this point. I mean, Pablo Hidalgo said that Ezra isn't Snoke. I don't think Ezra is Snoke. Maybe some people out there still want to believe that Ezra is Snoke. You're fine to do that, but I don't know. So what do you all think at this point? I guess an even better question is this. Are you convinced that Ezra will fall to the dark side? I know I've been one of those advocating that Ezra would fall. Some of the guys on the Collider Jedi Council advocate that Ezra's going to fall to the dark side. Tiffany Smith doesn't think Ezra will fall. And you know what? After the most recent episode on Rebels with the hyperspace whales, I'm starting to have my doubts about Ezra falling to the dark side. So, yeah, what about you all? Do you think that Ezra falls to the dark side? Do you think he kills the Ghost Crew and knocks up Sabine? Let's have some fun with this one. I want to hear your most outrageous speculations for Rebels. And I promise I'll do a video on that, because I can't do anything with this. I can't do anything at all with this Ezra Snoke crap. But anyway, if this is your first time seeing Urban Acolyte TV, go ahead and subscribe so that you can stay informed when I post new videos. I normally post new Star Wars videos every Wednesday and Sunday, so be sure to check back, especially on those days. And if you haven't seen them already, you can check out this video I just posted about another theory about Supreme Leader Snoke. In that one, I compare Snoke to Darth Nihilus from the Knights of the Old Republic games. You can also check out this other video where I present my reasons for why I don't think Snoke is Darth Plagueis. Make sure to check the cards in the top right corner of your screen for those links. That's all I've got for now. Remember that I love telling you all about Star Wars so that it might change your life the same way it's changed mine. Y'all keep on breathing, and may the Force be with you. Bye.